Hey, it's your boy Crypto Expert Life, back with another video. In this video I want to tell you why I spent $8,000 on this sneaker. It might sound a bit insane, a bit crazy. Why would I spend $8,000? I mean, even if you had $8,000, some people don't. But it seems pretty crazy spending that on like a sneaker. This is like a digital sneaker, okay? It's in an app. Why the hell would you spend $8,000? Well, exactly what I did, and I went for a walk, and I want to tell you how much I earned. So let's roll that intro and let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, the bell notification, so when I upload my latest vids you can get notified immediately. Alright guys, so this is another Stepn video. Loving this project, really getting into it, and loving every minute of it. So as you guys know, this is the I've been doing it for probably about 2 weeks now, and this is the run. If you haven't watched my last video, basically I started off with one, and then I bought two, and then I bought three. Then Solana, whole market's down, so I took the opportunity, I bought 6 more, and now I'm in the 9 shoe bracket, which gives me 9 energy. And with those 9 shoe, I level this one up to 15, and I ran, and I'm on average I'm making about 62, 65 GST a day, and it's making me about $182. If you can, if I was to sell that GST to USDC. So 1 GST on the Solana network, it's roughly, like right now, it's about $2.45, which is good money, right? This is, don't get me wrong, like, that's nearly $200 a day. Obviously you got to factor in your repair costs and that, so you're probably walking away with maybe 160 or something like that, 165. If you weren't to level up and you weren't going to buy anything else, you could just pocket that cash. Happy days, right? And that's exactly what I was doing. I was just running, and then I was because this one's a runner, and then I was just making the thing, and then I was leveling up, but I was making that money, and I could cash out at any point. Okay, so then I found out about the BSC chain. All right, so if you're not sure, right now the BSC chain is buzzing. So basically, with Solana, obviously it has benefits, but lately it's been very buggy, and it's gone down several times, actually more than what, 3 times. It's constantly down, right? And then network is just not stable enough. It's always having problems. So what the Stepn team did is they basically launched a BSC chain, so a BSC version of basically the same thing, right? But here's the thing which I did not know, which I only found out a couple of days ago, right? If you purchase a sneaker on BSC, both of the chains are linked. In other words, the energy that you have, if you buy, I showed you that energy chart in the last video, and you can get 1 sneaker, and you get 2 energy, 3 sneakers, 4 energy, 9 sneakers, 9 energy, 15 sneakers, 12 energy, and so forth, right? Well, you can buy, most people obviously started on Solana, and they're building up their shoe count, right? Their sneakers. And what they're still allowing, right, and this is not permanent, they're looking at reviewing this in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So they could change this at any time. So it is risky. But what they're allowing right now is they're allowing you to build the Solana side of it, right, and then the BSC side of it, and they're linking, the energy is linked. So the number of shoes that you have on Solana and the number of shoes of BSC, it's kind of like the same thing, right? So you could say, hypothetically, you could have 2 on Solana, and then you could buy 1 on BSC, and it would still count as 3, right? That means you would have, for 3 sneakers, you would have 4 energy. But here's the thing: you can buy a sneaker on BSC, and the energy on BSC, sorry, the GST on GST, what the value of it I'm talking about, is much higher. So this is what I did. I bought this sneaker which cost me 24 BNB, about $8,000. I bought this Walker. It's a level 5, so the it's not as high as the shoe that I had on Sol. Okay, the Sol one was level 15. This one's only a level 5, so there is some difference there. I won't be earning as much with this shoe, but I'm still earning. Like the GST on BSC is way more, right? As you can see here, this other image here, one GST is worth, well, it was $27 at the time, so that's why I got 938. But now it's dropped to $23, nearly $24. Okay, for one GST. So even though that this Walker was a low level, because it's only a level 5, I hadn't leveled it up. I used it. I still made 34.59 GST, and trade that for USDC. It's 938 at that particular time when GST was $27. So basically, it's only dropped to about $2 or $3 now, for $3, $4. All right. So, but if you compare them, right, and obviously the shoe is different as well. This is a lower type of shoe, but I mean, if I had the same specs shoe that I have on Solana, and I bought one very similar on BSC, I could be making 60 GST a day, and at say $24, you can do the maths on it. 60 times 24, that's, I don't know, you could probably figure it out. It's about $1,444. So you can see where the attraction here for the BSC chain. Now, the thing with the BSC chain, it's really like the sneakers on BSC chain, the cheapest ones you can find are probably around about 20 to 22 BNB, right? And the cheapest ones that you can probably find with probably a higher mint count, like pretty crappy stats, you could probably find for around about 12 or 13 Sol on Solana. So can you see how there's a really big difference? 13 Sol, 12 to 13 Sol for a not a very good shoe with a high mint count, compared to like 22 BNB. The price is massive. It's basically 10 times the price. But if you look at what you're making 10 times as much. Like, if you look at the GST price for Solana, it's only like, what did we say before? $2.45. Whereas on BSC, you're making $23, $24 for the same GST. So this is why people are buying the sneakers on BSC chain. Simply because just the returns are right now phenomenal. So this is going to last forever. That's the thing. If right now BSC is on the BSC chain is like $24. This is going to last forever. Well, that's really the question, because in the last AMA they did say that they will relook at it. They didn't say what they're going to do. They just said that we're going to relook at it in 3 to 4 weeks. I don't know what that means. It could mean anything. So people are trying to find out what that means, because obviously if they unlink it, that means that this one shoe here, I'd only be earning like 1 energy worth, which only would be about maybe 10 or less GST. So I'd be going from say $930 to probably $200. I mean, that's still pretty good, right? It's still pretty good, but I'd rather be earning the 900. So that's really the question. The other thing too is, what they did mention is that they are looking at opening new chains as well. They said they're going to have 2 more chains coming. Now, if I was to guess, and don't quote me here, but if I was to guess which chains are going to be, the next 2 chains, it's going to be AVAX and Matic. They're the two logical choices because the fees are low and the transaction speeds are really fast. It's not like Ethereum, where Ethereum is high gas fees, because you're talking about the costs won't be as high, it won't be such a complicated smart contract transaction, but it'll still be probably $10 or $15 a transaction, in my opinion. So the logical choice would be AVAX and Matic. All right. So I think that BSCs, they've kind of figured out that it's just a much more stable chain than Solana. It's not as fast as Solana, but because of Solana's so unreliable and it's been down multiple times, it's more reliable. BSC is more reliable, and I think maybe people are transitioning from BSC to from Solana to BSC. But the biggest issue here is the minimum is 22 BNB. That's like you're looking at $7,000 for an NFT, so it's out of reach for others, for most people. Whereas you can start on Solana for probably I'll get a really low high mint sneaker that's not very good, but you can still start at probably 12 or 13 Sol, which is very a lot more affordable. So they're the pros and cons, kind of like. I know there's probably a lot that I didn't mention, but it is risky if you go into BSC. But the way I look at it is, like, I only paid $8,000 for this. By the time I take my costs out, I'm going to level up and get it up to probably level 9. But this will probably take me 10 days to ROI. Like, if I was trying to do that on Solana, it would take about 30 days. It's simply because of the price of GST on BSC chain. It's just ridiculously high. Could it drop? Yes, it could drop. Well, it did drop. Actually, it was down to like $15, but before that, it was up to $40. So it's already dropped. Now it's come back up high again. Could it go to $30, $35 tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know. Could it drop back down to 15? Yeah, it could. So it is a risk, because you're outlaying, $7,000 for not a very good shoe, maybe $8,000 for one I got, which is pretty okay. It's not the best. And then you're looking at, $27, $30 for a decent one. That's a lot of coin for something that, maybe you hope that the price of GST will stay around, it'll stay up, So really kind of you just have to, ask yourself, where's this project going to go? I think it's got a lot of legs. I see this as like another Axie Infinity, that it could be around for a long time, even into 2023. Multiple chains are going to come out, but there's a lot of things that that are still features that they haven't released. But there's a lot of people playing this right now. From last time I heard, there's about 700,000 people playing this, and still people every day are coming into this. So I don't see this going away too soon. I think it's going to be around for a fairly long time, and I definitely will be getting my ROI back. It is a bit of a risk with the BNB one, because I just outlaid 24 BNB, but then again I just made 938 today. So technically, by the time I pay some gas, and if I was just to liquidate it and just get out of it, my GST, and just liquidate it every day, it'd probably take me about 10 days, maybe 12 days actually, to get my ROI, and then it's just like basically all gravy. Even if they unlinked the chains and just did the chains separate, I would still be making $200 a day, provided the price of this is going to stay. So that's why I did purchase the sneaker, which I only purchased actually this morning. Then I went for a walk this afternoon. And you can see here I did 5,185 steps, 45 minutes of walking. I earned 34.59. I got one mystery box at 9 energy. So I'll keep you guys updated how I go. Hopefully I can break even on this 22 24 B&B. I mean, I can sell it at any point. It's not like as if I'm gonna, but obviously you want to get your ROI back because the price of this could drop. So that's why people always talk about getting their seed back. But I'll keep you guys updated with this. So far, I'm loving this. I think it's pretty awesome, and I'm leveling it up as we speak. So hopefully I can make about $1,000 tomorrow when I go for my walk again, and we'll see what happens from that point on. If you want to get involved, I will post a activation code, because you need an activation code to activate the app. Without the activation code, you can't run the app. And I'll just post it on one of my on YouTube on a community post. Like it's just an actual post. Okay, it's not a video. Any questions? Leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.